Hi everyone, my name is Amy and today I'm going to show you what I decided to do for my final project for EEX 6342. I'll start by showing you a piece of technology that I used to do my project. Now with my project I used a lot of pictures, so this is a great way to find additional pictures that you can use for your projects. To do this, I just went into Google Image and I searched for a picture that I wanted. Here I wanted a picture for education, so I found this great picture of a girl and a teacher in a classroom. I clicked on that website, I hovered over the picture, and I right-clicked. This brought a drop-down menu, and I pushed Copy Image URL. I then was able to go over to Google with that URL and go to Google Images. When I went to Google Images, I clicked on the camera, and then I was able to paste in my URL. When I pushed search, that brought up the visually similar images as well as websites that might take you to images that are like that. This is a great way to search for something if you just have an image, as well as find similar images that you might need. I decided to show my 7 concepts in the idea of a flower garden. I'm first going to show you what I did for the pot of my flower garden. Here on the bottom, I have pictures printed out from the internet, such as this one, which is a newspaper article that says segregation in schools is outlawed. So that's a piece of history. I have pictures from my classroom from this year that shows different ideas of what we talked about in our class, such as cooperation. Down here we have sensory. It's a little boy playing in water. We have inclusion, engineering at the bottom, friendship at the top, hands-on learning, and technology, and that's someone playing on the smartboard. Also on the top of the flower pot, I have a timeline of the history of special education. So it starts all the way back in 1922, July of 1922, which is when CEC was founded, and it goes all the way around and just talks about some of the main points of the history of special education all the way to No Child Left Behind. So in the actual flower garden, each concept is a different flower, and each flower is a little booklet. So here I have impacts of Common Core, and if you open it up, I just talk about the different impacts of Common Core, what's expected of the students, as well as how we can help them in the future. On this one, I have inclusive classrooms, and in here I have what inclusive classrooms look like, why they're important, and some of the things that we can do to help include students in the classroom, as well as challenges to inclusive classrooms. For this flower, I have special education law and history, and that just talks about some of the laws that were put into place in the different decades for special education, and how they helped form special education to what it is today. In the back, I have teacher collaboration, and that talks about co-teaching and how teachers can work together to support each other to help students. Back here, I have behavior. That talks about some of the common behaviors with children with disabilities, as well as the expected behaviors in a classroom, in a general education classroom, as well as what we can do to help shape those behaviors and show students what is expected of them. Back here I have writing instruction and how we can help students with their writing so that it applies to all other subject areas such as math and science. And finally I have technology and how technology impacts students in the areas of STEM, as well as impacts them to help them with their disability and to help them keep up with the curriculum even though they have a disability. My favorite part of this whole project was just being able to display all the concepts we've learned in a creative way, and also to use the pictures from my own classroom, because I was able to go back and apply the things that we learned in this class to my classroom and see really what we did over the year.